Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have the official confirmation of what Apex Legends Season 3 and the rest of the seasons, pretty much anywhere, is going to offer. This is huge because we haven't heard this type of clarified, consistent, out there just bullet point info in a long time, maybe even ever. Since the first roadmap of Apex Legends, we were told we would expect these things at the start of each season, and that's just been a graphic that's been, held to by many of the community and many members in Apex Legends for a long time, thinking, that's what they're probably gonna do. But things shift, plans change, and now we finally have confirmation of a new event that should be launching that is Wraith focused, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a new guarantee of new weapons and new ordinances coming in. We've also got guaranteed of at least a themed event that should be starting in September, not October, when many people thought the next update would be, and an informational just kind of overview of what to expect in Apex going forward. So I'm going to break all that down for you guys today in the video. Before we get started, leave a like and let me know what you think about this news in the comment section below, whether you're during, before, or after you are done watching all of it, and subscribe to stay tuned for more channels, not more channels, my channel here at Rain Day Gaming. You can stay tuned to more channels, but this is where you get all the good stuff here for Apex Legends. All right, so the post starts off today called from Leeee Respawn. So Leeee is the director of product management, and he was not involved in the debacle that a lot of people saw over the Iron Crown Collection event. This comes off a pretty testy environment where a lot of the devs communicating to the fans and the community were really hostile towards them and kind of told to take a time out. It seems like Leeee was not involved in that, and so he's the one delivering this message. But he's also the product management, and that I think is a big idea because this is the products that they're putting out for their game. So he wanted to share some context about 3 types of events you can expect from Apex Legends, including season launches, collection events, and themed events. The next one launching early September. Guys, could that be as soon as next week? Early September, Labor Day is the 2nd. Maybe we'll be seeing it then, or the 9th. I feel like it's going to be one of those, and again, if it's on my birthday on the 18th, I will be a happy camper. The main goal for all these events is to add new ways to play so that we are keeping the game fresh and exciting for our players. Each of these events has a unique theme with a variety of components, but share the same general framework. One or more new gameplay change, such as permanent and limited time modes, ranked or solos respectively, map updates and town takeovers, balance changes, new characters, new weapons, and more. New free progression content via challenges or the free battle pass track, and purchasable cosmetics via battle pass, packs, and or the shop. Now let's quickly break down what they mean by those specific things, because you may not be aware of what maybe a town takeover is, or a new weapon. Just kidding, you know what that is. But the map update means that maybe in the start of season 2, how the map was changed, the Leviathans were in there. You had areas like bridges that were destroyed that used to be popular landing spots. That is part of the map change. The town takeover is a little bit different, where Octane kind of took over this town and called it the Gauntlet, and there's a bunch of launch pads. It's really awesome and allows you to experience a different way of fighting your opponents, much more visceral, but it's themed to the character because he's about movement and fast speed. Now, the next balance change coming up is something we haven't heard of yet. They've been gathering the ranked info. They've got the info from solos. I talked about Pathfinder, and then, of course, new characters, new weapons. That's pretty straightforward. Let's keep moving on here because they get into depth about all 3 of these things, and I have something to say, and they leave a big hint as to the next themed event, like the Iron Crown event that they'll be seeing. Leeee goes on to say, at the start of every season, you can expect a major map update, a new legend, new loot items, weapons, ordinances, etc. That's like a new thermite or a new grenade, meaty changes to the legend and weapon meta and balance, updates to our ranked mode, and potentially new features like we introduced in season 2 with ranked mode. Every season will also feature the release of a brand new battle pass. So these are huge guarantees for us, because this also goes into the video that I made the other day where I said what they need to do for Apex Legends in season 3. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out. See if all of these things seem to align with what I said, or if they're a little bit off. I think this is very close to alignment from what I was saying we need to do. We need to see a buff to some of the weapons that haven't, a meaty change to the weapon balance. Ranked needs to get a nice reset to force people to go back in there, try to grind again, get new rewards, and also feel like there's that high level of hype players coming into Apex Legends like there was at the start of Ranked. Getting to Apex Predator was so hard for some of these great players. It was amazing content to make and to watch. And also, they've got new loot items, which we haven't had in a long time. February 21st was the last time a new loot item, aside from an L like the L-Star, came into Apex Legends, and that's about 6 months ago, guys. That is way too long, and at the start of this season, we need to see something like that coming forward. Hopefully, what they do not mean is more hop-ups, because I think those are cool, but I think a new weapon for Season 3 is something that we do need. Also, the major map update is something cool, and of course, the legend that we've all been expecting is Crypto. A lot of them got leaked. I'm not talking about that now. The themed events, this is the second prong of the 3 prongs that they're talking about in this one. These events are generally going to occur during a season and bring with them a limited time mode. Event challenges that let players earn cosmetics and a mix of event limited and evergreen cosmetics available for purchase. Now here's where the leak of what the event is going to come to starts to happen. These events may also include a town takeover like Octane's Gauntlet or small map change and potential extensions to Apex Legends lore. This is something I talked about a lot. I said the fact that the Leviathans are moving in, that this is a living and walking and breathing map with the story behind it, is such a good aspect of Apex Legends. They have to keep up with that. It seems like they're going full steam ahead on that idea, and the map changes will add layers and dynamics to the lore of the game. The Legendary Hunt, which we had a little bit before then. This was the first event that they did, where you saw, you know, kind of like the desert vibe skins. It wasn't that amazing, to be honest. As far as the community perception, the skins were okay, but a little bit underwhelming, especially since they were a lot of brown and yellow and dull colors. But that is an example of a themed event, with the next one coming early September, focused on a certain phase expert. Now, if you played Apex Legends, you know they have to be referring to the only person who can go in and out of phase. That would be Wraith, as far as I'm concerned. If it is someone else, I am absolutely shocked, and you guys can shame me in the comment section, and I will just accept it, because when they say phase expert, I don't know who else to think. This should be a Wraith-focused event, which is pretty cool, because I think that she is the most popular character in the game by far. As far as just people who have been day ones, who have the most hours and most kills on a legend, it's got to be Wraith. Come on. So I think this is a good thing to pull in a lot of people in terms of getting involved in the themed event. But then there's also a collection event. Now here's where I get I have a commentary on the themed and collection. I think this is interesting, and I want to kind of go into this in my opinion in just a second, but let me read about what this is. Now, the collection event will also take place throughout the season and deliver a limited time mode, event challenges where players earn cosmetics, and a set of event limited cosmetics available with event specific Apex packs or direct purchase. It's your choice. I think that was a very important line. They're trying to tell you that now on, you can get the packs, or you can directly purchase these items. There will always seemingly be a price now for the items that you want, which means that, according to this, if it is our choice, the next event that has another heirloom, we'll be able to just shell out however much that heirloom should cost us, or I don't know what, I'm not sure. Maybe they mean you still have to buy the individual skins, and if you buy all of them, then you'll unlock the access again. It'll probably be structured very differently, but it seems like if we're willing to shell out enough money to get the real thing that we want, even if it's a lot more, we should be able to do that, which is a big change. Like themed events, collection events may also feature a town takeover or small map change. We received a lot of feedback on our Iron Crown collection event, and we're listening. We have another collection event planned for October, and ahead of that event, we will share with you how we are making changes to the event, which means that this is, again, PR for, and not bad PR, this is important PR. I agree with them doing this, and I like them doing this, saying we messed up, we want to do this differently, we are going to do this differently, and we're going to tell you how beforehand. One of the big things they mentioned, although people wanted apologies and price changes, they said, we did not tell you guys what to expect, so we understand why you're pissed off. Now, that wasn't why everyone was pissed off, but at least they are keeping to their word, where they're going to be more forthcoming about what to expect, and hopefully that will limit people's expectations on, hey, I should get this way. No, you knew they were doing it this way for 3 weeks. That should mitigate some of it. It still may be crappy, or it still may not be to your liking, liking, or it still may be great, but at least you'll know. While these are our 3 main event structures, we're always working on new features, bug fixes, balance changes, and quality of life improvements that come out in periodic patch updates. As always, we appreciate all of your support and feedback. We hope this blog gives y'all a better sense of what to expect in a season of Apex Legends. Now, there are 2 huge things I want to talk about: themed events and collection events, and why they're separate and what the heck they mean and what you should know about them, because they are basically 2 different things, but they're the same thing. And then the last part is what to expect in Apex Legends. That's a huge key that I just want to finish this video on. I appreciate everyone watching. Again, all the stuff I said, leave your comments down below. Start liking the video if you haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned because we will be covering this as it comes out, and especially this new event as well. So the thing between themed events and collection events seem to be very limited, just like themed events, so there's no difference there. You can earn cosmetics, there's no difference there. There's a small potential map town takeover, so there's no difference there. But it seems like the only difference between the collection events is the Apex packs, or the direct purchase. The thing that they mention that's different in this entire, themed versus collection is the Apex packs. So what I'm thinking about, as far as the way I'm reading this, is that collection events is more about collecting, packs, collecting money. Really, it's like this is an event where we're going to put out some really cool stuff that is going to help support the game. It's going to be good to purchase, and we're going to want to make things that people want to purchase. The themed event is going to be really fun. Everyone can participate. It's cool skins, but it's a theme. It's more of like a vibe. If they're comparable to the difference between the Iron Crown skins and the legendary skins, or excuse me, the skins from the first one, the Legendary Hunt. That makes sense to me because those were lesser valued skins, and the Iron Crown skins are more like, yeah, we want to buy these skins. So it feels like collection events are going to be more about see how many of these great skins you can keep, and they'll be gone for a while. And it does seem like, the themed events are going to be more of a lesser valued cosmetic. This is just my hunch. I don't know exactly why they're separated, but it does feel like they're generally just the same exact thing, except maybe a higher value on the type of cosmetic coming in from the collection event, and maybe a limited, way of accessing it. That's my 2 cents on that one. Let me know what you guys think about it. That's just what I read initially. The second thing that I want to say is that we finally know exactly what to expect from Apex Legends. This is something that is huge. This game has been keeping everyone in the dark since the beginning, and I love it, and we all love it, and a lot of us are interested in it and want to know if we should come back or when or why. And especially with school starting, people are going to have a lot of reasons to say yes, no, maybe, I'm busy, I'm available, and I want to keep that as clear as possible, that people knowing what's coming gives them something to look forward to and gives them a reason to keep playing games today. If you know a new character is launching in 3 weeks, you might want to get good to be able to play that character and be really good at them when they launch, because your friends, you guys are all talking about it, you're going to play it, etc., etc. So the fact that we all know that we can expect these 3 things, and even if it's the same level of cosmetics, what it tells me is that there are 3 things that are happening in a season. You're going to have a main bump, you're going to have a mid-season bump with themed events, you're going to have a back of the season bump with collection events, and then you're going to round that out and then start the next season, which sounds like a great plan if you want to keep people engaged. I'm all for this. However, again, the themed collection, having a hard time seeing exactly what that is, but I'm all for this as far as the clarity, the presentation of the information, the amount of map changes and skins and weapon balance that is coming into the game, and I'm very, very happy about where Apex is going. I want to know what you guys think, though. How do you feel about this response? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. And as always, my friends, never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.